מה תגידו על הדבר היפה הזה שנמצא כאן? מה תגידו על הג'יפ קומפס החדש? הדור השלישי של ג'יפ קומפס, שמגיע עכשיו אחרי שלמעלה מ2.5 מיליון קומפסים מסתובבים בעולם כולו. כן, גם בארצות הברית, האמריקאים גם אוהבים את הקומפס, אבל אין ספק שבאירופה זה אחד הדגמים החזקים ביותר של ג'יפ, אם לא החזק מכולם, כאשר איטליה זה המקום שהקומפס מוצא את הבית החם ביותר. דור שלישי לקומפס, אחרי שראינו איזה מתיחת פנים שכזו ב-2020-2021, שעסקה יותר בשדרוג של המושבים ועוד כל מיני דברים כאלה טכניים קטנים ועיצוביים, אבל לא בטכנולוגיה ממש. הגיע הזמן להיפרד מקומפס דור שני ולפגוש את הדור השלישי של הקומפס. אנחנו נמצאים בטוסקנה שבאיטליה, קר כאן מאוד מאוד קר, הרוח כאן גם די מחרפנת, אבל לא נוותר ונעשה סיבוב היכרות סביב המכונית, קדימה אחורה, נלמד גם מה שקורה בתוכה, ונשאל הרבה שאלות טכניות את אלברטו פלה. אלברטו פלה מג'יפ איטליה, מהקבוצה של האנשים שעיצבו, תכננו והנדסו את המכונית הזאת, ולאלברטו יהיה הרבה דברים לספר לנו, כך שאנחנו נכיר את המכונית שעורכת כאן רק את החשיפה שלה. לא זכינו לנהוג בה עדיין, זה מן הסתם יקרה בעתיד. מכונית שתיכנס לייצור השנה ותתחיל להימכר לקראת סוף השנה ותחילת השנה הבאה. ישראל, מחירים, אל תשאלו, אנחנו לא יודעים אפילו, כי זה רק חשיפה ראשונה של המכונית. Ciao Alberto!
Hi Boaz, nice to have you here. I'm Alberto Pelle, Product Marketing Manager of Jeep Compass for Enlarged Europe. I work on this project since more than 3 years now, and now we're ready to introduce you to the third generation of Compass.
So no petrol motors anymore, only hybrid and electric?
Yeah, let's start from the powertrain lineup. We will have an hybrid version, 48 volts hybrid version combined with a petrol engine. Then we will have a plug-in hybrid version. Both of them will be front-wheel drive, and then 3 proposals in BEV.
Wow. Let's speak about the new design of the Compass, please.
This third generation of the model is completely different from the second one. We started from the Stellantis Stella Medium platform, produced in Melfi, Italy, and we worked a lot on this platform to make it a real Jeep. So the first thing you have to focus on is the design to function. Everything you look at this car from a design point of view has been thought to be functional. Let's start for instance from the front hangs. The overhangs both in the front and in the rear are minimized to have the better angles, approach angles, departure angles for the off-road performance.
Why are so short? And what about the wheelbase?
Yes, the wheelbase is at the maximum possible position on this platform. We managed to move the wheel as far as we could on the platform to maximize the wheelbase, having the short overhangs, being able to have the better angles when approaching an obstacle, both in the front and in the rear. And then when you're able to have a big wheelbase, you manage to have more space for the legs in the leg room and also in the boot, but we will discuss about the interior later.
Very sophisticated.
Yeah, about the face, we work in order to have a very distinctive look, but also functional. As a matter of fact, you can recognize here a 7-slot grille of Jeep that now has a completely different function.
And also illuminated.
Yeah.
Lights.
The lights are one of the new functions of the front grille. The other two are camera and radar. We managed to put the camera and the radar here so that these content are not here, so near to possible obstacles, but putting them here, you have it high and recessed, so they are completely protected for any kind of things you can face in city or off-road.
Both of them under the same block?
Yes, the front block hosts both the radar and the front camera.
Good. And here I can see vents.
Yeah, it's not a vent. Yeah, it's the active grille shutter.
Okay.
This portion of the front hangs opens when you are at low speed or when you are charging the batteries in DC.
To ventilate the battery.
And when you are at high speeds, they close to maximize the aerodynamic efficiency.
Yes. אז אתם רואים את התריסים למטה, והתריסים האלה נפתחים במהירות נמוכה או בטעינה, והם נסגרים במהירות גבוהה כדי להגביר את המהירות, את היעילות האווירודינמית. When we speak about aerodynamic, is it the best aerodynamic compass ever?
Absolutely, it is.
What is the mark?
We are below 0.3 of CX, which is...
Alberto, when you say below 0.3, you mean 0.299.
No, it's not 299, it's around 293. We are anyway below 0.3, that with this kind of shape, with these boxy volumes and rug volumes, is impressive. And we managed to achieve this coefficient through a lot of little tricks, little details. For instance,
yes, show me.
Here in the front you have the air vents from here, the air curtains. Here,
it's open.
Yeah, it's open, and here is where the air comes inside, and then the airflow comes until there. And this is a very special thing. The air curtains also in the rear, real and functional.
Good.
With this feature, we managed to lower the pressure in this section, giving the airflow the possibility to come out, and lower the overall CX of the car, as well as this line. If you look at this line, this very severe and hard line with this kind of step, this is used to break the flow of the air, maximize the aerodynamic of the car.
You can go to Ferrari and you can be a aerodynamicist for Ferrari. Maybe they need you. Maybe they need you now in Formula 1.
I belong to Jeep.
I belong to Jeep. Good. Your boss will be happy.
Thank you.
To hear it. And also the back. What is this shape, Alberto?
Yeah, this shape is the kind of signature of the car. We call this thing clamp design. It's like a clamp, okay? And it's very common all around the design of the car. If you replicate this clamp, you get this Giga X on the rear, which is the unmistakable signature of the car, and it's a legacy for Jeep. We start talking about this X with the fuel can on the wheelbase during the World War II, and then we introduce again this design with Jeep Renegade, Jeep Avenger, and now we maximize it with this Giga X at the back, bringing this concept to a higher level.
It looks very nice. Really looks very nice. And of course this E, which means now fully electric.
Yes, this version right here is a first edition. It is the one we're gonna launch as a first version in the market, available with the mild hybrid engine and the BEV. This one is a BEV, capable of 500 kilometers of range.
With a battery of
74 kilowatt hour. Net.
And
213 horsepower.
213 horsepower. Front wheel
drive for the moment, yeah.
And the 4x4?
The 4x4 will arrive later on. We will start until the end of 2025 with the production of the 4x4. It will be much more capable, but this one will be very, very capable too. As a matter of fact, we worked on this new project to extend the capability not only of the 4x4s, but also on the front wheel drives. This car will be the best in class performers in terms of angles, ground clearance, water fording, but not only.
Let's speak about that. Ground clearance. How much is the ground clearance?
200 millimeters from the ground to the battery level.
Yes. And the water?
Water fording up to 470 millimeters.
47 סנטימטר. It's better than the old one. How much was the old one?
The old one was around 340. So we are way higher. Yeah. Big improvement.
Let's go inside. Let's do, because it's very cold.
There's one last thing I want to tell you about the outside, and is all this part that surround the car. We call it 360 protection. Wow. All the car is protected by this molding color material, which is not painted, so you can scratch it and you will not see the scratches because it's all the same color.
Listen, from what you say, it's the most off-roader compass ever.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely.
Good. And this 360, it's in all the models?
Yes, absolutely.
In all the trim levels?
Yes.
You have how many trim levels? You have...
For now, we will start with just one, the first edition, and then in the last part of the year, we will communicate the entire lineup.
You didn't tested it for Euro NCAP yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. The results will arrive later on. Yeah.
Later. Okay.
Let's go.
Can we go to the second row, please?
Sure.
And speak about what's going on over there. You get inside, I'm coming from the other side.
Okay.
Please. Now it's better.
Okay. So
So,
here we are in the second row of the new Compass, where we worked hard to improve the space, the legroom, the overall dimension of the car are bigger. Now the car is plus 150 millimeters longer than the previous one.
you speak about the
The overall dimension of the
overall
car
dimension,
is longer,
yes.
is wider, is a little bit higher as well. And we did it, just to improve the rear space, the boot space. Now the front seat is in my position. I am more than 1.8 meter. And you can look at how many space I have from my legs, how many space I do have for the shoulders and for the head as well.
Head, okay. My space for the head is better, but we don't speak about that.
Okay.
Remind me the wheelbase. How long is the wheelbase?
Is a little less than 2.8 meters, 2.79.
279.
Yep.
And the volume of the boot.
The trunk rises of about 44 liters with respect to the old one, and now we are at 550 liters.
550 ליטר, 40 ומשהו ליטרים יותר
And-
מהדגם הקודם.
And this thing is very interesting too. You can put down this part because the 40-20-40 split of the rear bench will be standard on all versions
אז אפשר להשכיב את כל שלושת החלקים.
to have maximum versatility for everyone.
Yes, and then how much volume I can get if I fold this all the
1,560 liters.
1,506 ליטר אם מקפלים את שלושת החלקים.
And you have from here, from the seats to the lift gate, is a 1 meter and 83. So you can charge also a mountain bike, for instance.
מאונטן בייק.
Yeah.
אוקיי. יפה. אז אופני שטח ייכנסו כאן, כאשר מקפלים את הכל, כי המרחק אחורה יהיה 1.80 m. Let's speak about materials.
Yes.
Did you improve the materials?
Of course, this one, as I told you before, is a first edition. The first edition will be equipped with this full vinyl seats. Vinyl means vegan leather.
Vegan leather.
Yeah,
yes,
it's
yes,
vegan
I
leather. That in the front will be also heated, standard,
Okay.
as well as the steering wheel heated.
And the seats are electric? Or
Yes,
the seats
electric.
are electric. They have some memory to remember the
3 positions.
position.
Yeah.
3 positions? אוקיי, 3 זיכרונות, מושבים חשמליים. Heated but not ventilated.
Ventilated as OPT. In optional, you can
It's
get the
optional.
ventilation and the massage. You can also
good.
have the massage on the front
Okay.
wheels, on the front seats as optional.
And I can see also on the steering wheel and everywhere you put the logo of Jeep here. Many symbols of Jeep, because you go for the heritage. This one is open also, or only?
The sunroof is an optional and is a very big one. We have 7,700 centimeters square of surface to connect with the outside. Is one of the main thing we want to do with a Jeep to connect the driver with the outdoor.
Connect, to be connected. Okay, so I have here 2 vents for the air conditioning. I have here ports to charge my telephone, 2 ports. Here is a place to put something which is very small. And I believe we can go to the first row.
Yes.
You will be in the driver's seat.
Okay.
Alberto. I'm sure that you're proud in what we see here, because it's a completely new Compass.
It is. The driving position has been revised to be more ergonomic. We have here a BEV version, as I told you before, but also the possibility to have the gear paddles to maximize the fun while driving. And one other important thing is this button here, which is the Level 2 autonomous drive. The Level 2 autonomous drive will be standard on all the versions on the new Compass. So safety first.
This is also new, this screen.
The screen is new. The screen is a 16 inches screen and will be standard on all versions.
16?
16 inches for the infotainment and 10 inches for the cluster. And this equipment will be standard on all versions. So we're not gonna have entry levels with small screen and very expensive versions with big one, but technology standard for everyone.
I have million questions about all the versions of the car, the hybrid and the electrical, but I cannot do it not because of the embargo, because the cars are not available yet.
Yes.
Although I see deep down there in the Igloo, I can see the 4x4 version, which is not allowed to go inside, but I will show it later by myself, because you have the 4x4 version together with the North Face. It's a project to do with North Face together?
No. The 4x4 of Compass is not done with the North Face.
Only the Avenger.
The Avenger one. The partnership is about the Avenger.
The Avenger, yeah. But it looks very serious.
Okay.
I try to find a word to go off-road. Maybe you speak a little about it later.
Yeah, why not?
What else is new? This one I can recognize from the Rubicon.
Yes, this is the brain of the car. The central console is the brain of the car, where you have the PRND to switch the
driving mode.
And here the select terrain, which is new. It will be red on every version, very visible, but also very touchable, because this is rubber and you can find it also while you're not looking at it.
Please change. And
from here you will change the... Okay, there we go.
We don't have the key?
No. It's just a little problem on this particular version, but the select terrain will switch from all the driving mode available.
How many modes you have?
There will be auto, which is the normal one, let's say. Then we have snow, sand and mud, sport, and you will also have the 4-wheel drive lock on the 4x4.
Lock?
Yes, a system that managed to switch 50 and 50 the torque from the rear axle and the front axle.
But there is no mechanical connection between the...
There is no mechanical connection between the axle, which is a good thing, because in the off-road, for instance, the central shaft, the central connection is something you usually hurt when you are in the rocks.
If you drive not correctly.
Yes, but...
Let's say like that.
Yes.
Okay. This compartment also is new.
Yes, this compartment is new. In the front part of the car, we managed to reach 34 liters of interior storage.
Why? It was missing from the old one?
Yeah, a little bit. The current generation of Compass has 14 liters. With this car, we managed to get 34, and we did it with a lot of tricks. This one, for instance, this IP negative section, in which we get, first of all, a big storage in which put your things, but also a panic handle. Every Jeep must have a panic handle when you are in the off-road.
If you're in panic.
And you have to grip it.
Glove compartment, nice and big, you can see that. And also here.
Yeah, these are cup holders blessed by the US, so you can put also the big
cups. Yes, now it's very modern to have big cups of drinks. This one is nice. This one is to charge the telephone.
Yeah, this is the wireless charger position, and then you have this big...
Yeah, many places to storage.
Many tricks we get to reach the 34 liters of interior storage.
Let's speak about regeneration. When you drive the electric car, do you have a few levels of regeneration?
Yes, we have the single pedal driving mode in BEV, and we have 3 levels of regenerative brake to adapt to the condition and to the request of the driver.
One more thing, let's speak about the big battery. The big battery should be later. How big is the big battery?
The big battery will be 97 kilowatt hour net.
And the range?
The range will be up to 650 kilometers with the long battery.
Wow, okay. So I don't want to, when I was in Peugeot, they say about the same battery that they can reach up to 700.
Yes.
But the 3008 is much more aerodynamic.
Yes, it is. This is very boxy and muscular with respect to 2008.
Yes. So, and this one, the big battery will be later.
Yes, it will arrive later on. It will be coupled with a 231 horsepower, so a little bit more power with a big battery. And also the 4x4 version will be equipped with the big battery.
And what will be the output of the engines in the 4x4 big battery?
The 4x4 will have 600 kilometers of EV range and 375 horsepower of peak power. Yeah.
Combined, okay. 375 כוחות סוס. You know what? It's logic, because when you go now with the Chinese car to 500, 700 horsepower and things like that, who need that? Who need that? I mean, also 375 is not... If I would ask you 5 years ago, what do you think about Jeep with 375 horsepower? You say, good, but who need that?
Yes.
Okay, 375. Buttons here, I can see a button, which is very rare this day to see a mechanical button.
Yeah.
But also can see some touch.
Exactly. These buttons are capacitive and sensitive, both. So they give physical,
haptic. Yes.
Yeah, they give physical reaction when you press them. So you always find the right spot to press, but you don't have the gaps between the buttons. So when you are, for instance, in the mud, when you are in the sand and you have to clean the interior of the car, you don't get any dirty between the buttons.
Oh, okay. I didn't thought about it.
And on the steering wheel is the same story, of course.
גם כאן, זה כפתורי מגע שכאלה, ולא בדיוק לחצנים שיש ביניהם חריצים. Let's speak about fun. Which audio system do you have here and how many speakers?
This is the standard audio system is a Focal, and it has 6 speakers. Okay. You can have also the 9 speaker with subwoofer premium audio system, optional in the premium pack, of course.
Optional, of course. So maximum is 9 with the subwoofer.
9, yeah.
Good. I can say that the seats are okay. This is Alberto.
Hello.
Yes. You saw Alberto all the time, so ראיתם כל הזמן את אלברטו. אז הנה אני מצטרף לאלברטו. אני יכול להגיד שהישיבה כאן מאוד מאוד נוחה, מרגישה. Some of the complaints are about this car is a premium car or should be a premium car. At least in my country, when the taxes are so high, it's not going to be a cheap car whatsoever. So when you go to a fancy car and if you go to a premium car, you would like to have some premium features. Do you have some here? Or?
Absolutely. We have solutions for this car that are not very common in the part of the segment we want to play, but are more common for the premium part of the segment. For instance, LED headlamps with Matrix technology.
Good.
In the front, that would be standard on the first edition. Or, for instance, these 26 inches of the overall surface in the interior is something you usually don't get in the premium versions.
I see head-up display.
Head-up display is something that you can get also on this car, as well as the ADAS and safety feature. We will have a dedicated pack to maximize the safety, which increase the safety dotation with the predictive automatic cruise control, semi-automatic lane change, for instance, and the blind spot monitoring active.
And you also spoke about heat and ventilation of the seats and
massage. Another very premium thing is the ventilated and massaging seats. Of course, full vinyl seats, full vegan leather seats. And these are the main premium contents we want to. And also the smartphone access, which is something very interesting.
For all kinds of telephones, yes? Android Auto and Apple CarPlay.
Yes, both of them. You can have the possibility to open the car through your smartphone.
Oh, it will come with an app?
Yes.
Okay.
An app.
Which is good.
Yes, optional, of course, because it's something that maybe not everyone wants, but the more technological guys that will want it, they can have it.
And let's speak about the charging. How is the fast charging? How much is the fast with DC?
DC is 160 kilowatt.
Okay.
In fast charging, and with the possibility to have also the 22 kilowatt onboard charger. The standard one is 11 kilowatt. You can have the 22 kilowatt as an option.
So it's an option as well, yes. The 22. 11, it's okay. 11, it's
as well as the heat pump, for instance. The heat pump will be available as an option.
Heat pump? What do you mean heat pump?
The heat pump is something that maximizes the performance of the car in terms of warming both the battery pack,
preparing the battery,
but also the interior of the car. So you have a high performance heater both for the battery pack and the interior of the car.
So the list of the options is going to be very long.
It's going to be long, but it's going to be very lean and simple. We have a few optional that are standalone, and we maximize the efficiency of the offer with the packs. So we will have a safety pack, a convenience pack, a premium pack.
Okay, I believe that we learn a lot. I don't want to speak about prices because it's not even on production. It's going to be later this year on production.
Yes.
And the next versions will be later and later toward 2026. So I believe it's going to be in Israel maybe in the beginning of next year. It's a very popular car in Israel, the Compass. And a lot of people are waiting for this version because it's more adventure, it's more technological, first of all electric, so it's now also in this situation, and we can get some discount from the government on electric car. But still, it looks like the car has leaped 2 steps and not only 1 step, and probably the weight is there with a reason for the weight so much. From 2020, I believe, the last facelift, or
2021, yeah.
2021, the facelift. But the facelift was for the seats and things like that. Now, it's a total new car, different platform, מכונית חדשה לגמרי על כל מה שמשתמע מזה, אם זה הפלטפורמה, אם זה ההנאות, אם זה הטווחים, אם זה הטכנולוגיה, אם זה הבטיחות, מכונית אחרת לגמרי, וגם יכולות השטח. When we speak about the 4x4, and now you improve the angles of approaching and leaving the obstacle, right?
Absolutely, yes.
What can you say about it?
The 4x4 version will have dedicated suspension scheme, will have dedicated wheels and a higher ground clearance. The overall geometry is completed by the angles, as you were saying, Bosch, with 27 degrees of approach angle, 31 degrees of departure angle, and 16 degrees of breakover angle. Which make her the best-in-class CSUV in the market as far as the capabilities in off-road are concerned.
And as you said, the 4x4 is 2 engines, one in the front axle, one in the back axle.
Yeah.
And there is a computer that splitting the torque between the wheels and the axles. So the attack of the obstacle will be much more clever.
Yeah, it will be clever, and on the 4x4 we will have a rear motor, especially developed exclusively for Jeep. No one other car on this platform will have it. And it's a much more power motor that it's combined with a reducer, able to provide more than 3,000 Newton meters of torque at the wheels.
How much?
More than 3,100 Newton meters.
Wow! On the rear
on
wheels.
the rear wheels.
מומנט של 300 קג"ם על הגלגלים האחוריים, but it's going to be a peak. It's not all the time.
Of course, it's not all the time. It's a reducer with a high reduction ratio, and it's able to move the car on a 20% slope with zero grip in the front.
So it will be like a wheelie on the back wheels.
More or less.
וואו, מטורף. ושיפוע של 20% בלי אחיזה בכלל בגלגלים הקדמיים. ההנעה תלך אל הגלגלים האחוריים עם מומנט של 300 קג"ם כדי לחלץ את המכונית ולדחוף אותה, to give it a big push from the back in order to overcome the obstacle and to move on. This is very interesting. זה מעניין. זה דבר מאוד מעניין. We'll test it in Israel. I'm sure that our off-roaders will be happy to test it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would like to say thank you.
Thank you, Bosch. It's been a pleasure.
On behalf of all our viewers, good luck for the future. As I said before, the wait was good to get this one. And let's hope that... by the way, this is the most popular car of Jeep in Italy.
In the world, actually.
In the world. I said in Italy for sure, but in the world. I know that there are over 2.5 million cars that have been sold, Compass.
In worldwide, yes,
Worldwide.
And more than 400,000 in Europe.
And only from 2016, I mean...
2006 is the first generation.
Sorry.
Yeah,
2006.
The first generation was very American-centric.
Exactly.
It became a global project made for the global market with the second generation of the model. Now with this third generation, the plan is to be even more global and even more versatile, the real Jeep for everyone.
Wow, so we learned a lot. Thank you very much again, Alberto.
Thank you, Bosch.
Pelle, with double L, so it's Pelle, right?
Correct.
Okay. האיטלקית שלי משתפרת, מי יודע למה. My Italian is improving daily. It's because I eat a lot of pasta, so...
It's the secret.
It's a secret. Thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you once again.
Thank you. אוקיי, אז זאת גרסת ה-4x4, שאין אפשרות להיכנס אליה ולהציץ בתוכה, אבל כן אפשר לראות מלפנים את השינויים החיצוניים, והיא באמת קשוחה יותר. גרסת האוברלנד, ככה נקראת רמת הגימור הזאת, אוברלנד. עוד דבר אחד מעניין, שהם דיברו עליו שכל החומרים שהפגוש הקדמי עשויים מהם, כל החומרים האלה חומרים שלא יעשו כאבי לב, כי הסריטות הם עמידים בפני סריטות. זה חומר מיוחד שהם פיתחו, שעמיד בפני סריטות, וכך אפשר בעצם להיכנס לשטח ולא לפחד לחטוף סריטות, שאחר כך צריך לצאת וללכת לתיקוני צבע, פחחות ועוד כל מיני דברים כאלה. אנחנו נמצאים בתוך איזה איגלו, ולכן יש כאן את ההד המשוגע הזה. עוד אחד מהדברים שרצינו להראות כאן עם הקומפס החדש זה את הצבעים. הם הגיעו ב6 צבעים חדשים. לא יודע מי מספיק אמיץ בישראל לקחת קומפס כזה, אבל אין ספק שהם הולכים פה גם צעד בעניין הזה של הצבעים. אנחנו כמובן עם עוד מדינות שמצלמות כאן ונוכחות כאן באירוע הזה, אירוע החשיפה של הקומפס החדש. אוקיי, אז זו הייתה סקירה של חצי שעה, רובה אומנם באנגלית, אבל אני בטוח שהמסרים עברו וראיתם את הנתונים. זו רק חשיפה של המכונית, זה לא אירוע נסיעות או משהו כזה, אי אפשר לדעת או לספר לכם על חוויית הנסיעה או השטח או הכביש או כל מה שיהיה, לרבות טווח, טעינה ועניינים אחרים. אבל כמו שזה נראה מכאן, הם באמת עשו איזושהי קפיצת מדרגה מאוד רצינית עם הקומפס החדש, וזו מכונית אחרת לגמרי. כן, היא אחות של ה-3008 ושל האופל גרנדלנד במובנים מסוימים, כשמדברים על הפלטפורמה מידיום של סטלנטיס, המידיום STLA, והיא גם משתמשת בחלק מהמכלולים החשמליים של המכוניות האחות שלה, ואני מדבר על סוללה וטעינות ופלטפורמה חשמלית, אבל אופי, היא מחזירה את האופי הקשוח של ג'יפ לקומפס, ואני מניח תפתה גם חלק מהאנשים לנסוע במקומות קצת יותר מאתגרים מאשר לעבודה וחזרה או לחוגים ולחזרה. הטיפולים כנראה יהיו קצת שונים ממה שהכרתם בקומפסים הקודמים, בלי להוריד מהם כלום, אבל זה משהו אחר לגמרי. יהיה מעניין לראות כיצד החשמלית מתנהגת, בטח בגרסת השטח, ועד כמה שינוי הזוויות האגרסיבי, שינוי זווית הבטן, גובה צמיחת המים ב-4x4 זה 47 סנטימטר, זה באמת נתונים שמדברים שטח לגמרי, עד כמה כל הדברים האלה יעברו, ואם אני לא אכנס פנימה, אני אצטנן, אז אני לא רוצה. אז אנחנו ניפרד כאן ונפגוש את הקומפס בישראל, בתקווה שסמלת יצליחו להוציא מהם מחירים טובים, כי זה כנראה יהיה הרבה יותר יקר ממה שראינו בקומפס האחרון. להתראות.